Welcome back to Raving and Reviewing. My name is R, and this is my co-host V.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Today we are reviewing episode 4 of Loki, the Nexus event.
Mm-hmm.
And man, what a step up from last
I
week.
know. I feel like these two episodes they should have smushed together because it would have made the last episode bearable.
They should have made last week's episode 5 minutes
Yeah,
and then added it to the front of the
yeah. Because
no,
this
no.
one's really only 40 minutes, if
Oh, is
that.
it? I haven't checked the time.
Yeah.
Like I watched it just right now recently, and when it came out Wednesday, and watching it that Wednesday, I was just like the last 5 minutes, I was kind of like, what are we gonna see right now? Are they gonna end it as soon as the elevator opens,
Yeah, I
and
thought
then
that's
we're
when
gonna
it
get a
was gonna
tease?
end.
I didn't think we'd see everything
The
that we got to
stuff we
see,
saw. Yeah.
but then I think they showed too much.
Oh, you think it?
I think the post credit scene shouldn't have happened, and it would have been like a, I don't know. To me, it's like a
A
Game of Thrones,
cliffhanger?
like episode 8, 9 kind of episode where it's like, oh shit, that just happened.
Yeah, I thought if they finished it before like the end, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but I really didn't think the end credit scene was necessary.
I mean, that got everyone talking all week on the internet,
That's true. I mean, I
but
guess it was more for like internet hype and like all the people who
yeah,
knew the other Lokis or whatever.
yeah, because
But
this one's like a multiverse Loki, which we'll talk about later. But
mhm,
the other post credit scenes from Falcon and Wanda didn't really ever matter. Like
they
they
were
were
dumb.
useless.
Yeah,
So this is the first time it's relevant,
right.
but and it kind of spoiled like Loki is still alive. Like you
Hmm.
also got that too. I mean, you didn't expect Tom
No,
Hiddleston to go away,
no.
but it's like you could at least give us a week to wonder like
Right. That's what I was
maybe he won't be
thinking.
back. Like
Yeah.
it kind of took away that at least.
Yeah, but I guess the show is called Loki, so it really isn't that big of a surprise that he is alive, right? As soon as they killed him, I guess for lack of a better word,
Hmm.
you knew that okay, he's gonna come back. This is Loki. This is his shtick. He dies and then he comes back.
Yeah, he's
So
died a million times.
right, which is funny because he says that in this
Hmm.
movie, and I'm like, he wouldn't really. Oh, I guess he would know because Mobius showed him his life in the first episode.
You know,
So
no, it's. I think this is the best episode. I think could be the best Disney Plus show episode
so
of the
far,
three shows
yeah.
so far.
I agree. I think it. I don't know. We
Ties
were then
ties with
talking about Winter Soldier, like the start of Winter Soldier, right? Like a couple of episodes, especially the one with
the
when they go
Madripoor
to
episode.
Madripoor. Yeah,
I think that's just Zemo. I think stole the show.
yeah, yeah. We loved him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that one had more action, and we just really liked the atmosphere and the vibe.
mhm. I think
This
for
one
this,
was
the last few like minutes of the show really like made it right because they had
I
a
think it had
really good pacing.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong, the rest of the episode was good. Like it was a
Hmm.
solid episode, but I think what solidified the fact that we really enjoyed it was the last like 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think
So
that was like
much big stuff happens in it.
yeah, I think that end part where we get to the elevator and you're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
or just when he convinces Mobius, like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
there's something else suspicious going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be on my side. And he's like, I trust you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
the
then they come
episode,
outside, and then she's right there. That's when
yeah,
it starts to be like, all right, from here on out, it's
it's
this
gonna
episode's like
things are gonna
10
go
out of
down.
10.
Yeah, yeah, right. I think it started off really interesting too, right? With like little Sylvie,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like
I
that
was not
was
expecting that.
ambiguous, right? Like we
Hmm.
kind of know that she was taken when she was a little kid, and I actually really liked like that beginning like montage of her kind of going through the TVA, and this little girl just like figuring a way out, right? Because she steals the tempad
Yeah, I
at
mean,
that
when she gets
point.
in, yeah.
Yeah, and then it starts off back in the TVA, and Mobius is already asking questions, right? He's asking
Hmm.
about C20, right? Because
Yeah.
he's like, I need to talk to her. What's
Hmm.
going on? Like, I think she's the key. She knows a little bit more than we do at this point, and it's just not working, right? Like, he can't get what's her name, Renner,
Renslayer.
Renslayer. Yeah, he can't convince her.
Ravona.
Yeah, Ravona. That's probably easier to remember.
Yeah.
So he
No,
can't convince her.
so the little girl part was, or like there was like another trailer that came out before this episode, and it was like a recap with kind of like some parts of this episode 4 included, and it
Hmm.
showed the little girl, and I was like, oh, we're getting another Loki. And I did not even imagine this would be young Sylvie. I just kept like I saw the trailer like 2 times because I saw
Yeah,
the Instagram ads or whatever, and then just
yeah.
seeing myself on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. We're gonna see more Lokis." Just like I'm thinking, like we're gonna see female Thor. Like
Oh, you didn't think that
I
was
didn't, I had
Loki?
no idea. That was a surprise. It's like, oh, this is
Huh.
just her as a kid,
Yeah,
and it was very interesting that like we
or
saw
that's what they
Asgard.
want you to think, right? We
Well, I
don't
mean, that's what the
know,
trailer wanted me to think, I guess.
but we actually. I guess Sylvie did say that
No,
she
that
stole
is
it when she
her.
was a
That
kid.
is her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I don't know, maybe they're playing tricks on us, but no, you're right.
No, but like when you pan in, it's usually Asgard scene in the three movies
Mm-hmm.
is you come from the Bifrost, like the Rainbow Bridge, and you
Mm-hmm.
come across towards the castle, like the
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Where
the
she's playing.
no, when you visit Asgard, like
Mm-hmm.
that's just the atmosphere they're setting like locations. So like normally when you see it, you're going towards across the bridge towards the castle.
Mm-hmm.
The what I don't know what the castle is called, but like it's in real life they have it in Iceland, like what the temple that they have there, like it's a real place. I've seen it.
Mm.
Like what the Vikings, I guess, pray to, or that's their temple or something. But in this, you see it from the reverse side. You never
Yeah.
see it from that view, I guess. It's
Yeah.
very
So are you
strange. Like
thinking
it's
that might not be
ominous.
Loki's Asgard?
I mean,
Like
it's not.
it's
It's not.
because when I
I
watched it, I'm
would
like,
think.
oh, did she like? And I rewatched it. And I'm like, oh no, that's not what happened. But I felt like she like went into Loki's timeline, like our Loki's timeline,
Okay.
and that's why she got like arrested by the TVA because she
Yeah.
was
So
in
this
where
part
she's
where it's
supposed to
like,
be.
if you think about time and fictional things too much, that's when you're gonna get
Too
bugged out.
into yeah.
Because I thought about it for a second. It was like, because she says in the elevator going up, like, "Oh, what was my next event?" And Rona's like, "I don't even
I don't
remember anymore."
remember. Yeah. Which I think
And
she's just BSing, of course.
no, I mean, kind of feel like maybe she's been on this hunt for her for so long that she's forgotten. Like,
Like the
she's like,
beginning
I just gotta
origins.
get her.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it reminds me of, but it's like, I guess, like countries that are fighting over nothing. And it's like,
Yeah.
what was the fight actually about? And it's
Yeah.
like something stupid.
Yeah.
And
Or
this is
like
like,
couples fighting and they don't even know what started it.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like, I guess maybe some torturous thing for Ravona where she's like, I gotta get her because I failed that one time
Yeah. Yeah.
and it kind of ruined my reputation. So I just gotta get you to get you.
Yeah. This is more for her
Um,
career, I guess, right?
yeah. But thinking about like the next event, it's like she didn't do anything wrong. What did I do that was so wrong that I had to be pretty much taken out of my timeline?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's like it seemed like we're talking about multiverse here, so like the sake this was just like a different timeline completely, like 100% of like a parallel world where like it's just Loki's female.
Right.
But why would she be taken out of that? Because
Yeah.
she's not
I
like
don't know.
that's
I don't
not
know what
part of the
instructed
sacred
that.
strand. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just like a completely
He
different
wasn't
parallel
doing
strand.
anything when we
Yeah,
saw it, right?
that
Like
part I'm just like,
Loki had like a reason why he was arrested,
yeah, he was
right?
had used a tesseract and moved.
Tesseract. She was playing with a ship, right? She's a little
Yeah,
kid
she's
playing
playing
with a
with the
ship. So
Viking dolls. Yeah.
already we know that there's something fishy going on. So I don't know. But they are still in Lamentus, right? When we start the episode, how they
Yes.
got caught was a little confusing. Was it just because they like touched each other's hands, or well, like I don't think we understand that fully. I don't think maybe they'll clarify it a little bit more going on. But the Nexus event,
Yeah, that's the name of the
it,
episode, and it's
right?
like,
What is
what
that?
is it? And it's still ambiguous, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I guess some people's take is it's because they touched. And
Yes.
I don't think that's the cause. I think it's
Right.
more of this planet is being destroyed, and if Loki dies on this Earth right now, or this moon, or wherever their Lamentus is
Hmm.
destroyed, and they're on it,
That's a
um,
big blow
that's a
to
big
sacred
blow up
timeline.
to like Loki needs to be alive for whatever he's going to do in the
Right. His
future.
purpose. Yeah.
His
I
purpose.
think it might be the touch just because that's when like they started figuring out where the two Lokis were. So that's the only reason why I kind of agree that it's because they touched hands.
Mhm.
But
That
yours
could be.
probably makes more sense, right? The
I mean,
Lokis are obviously important to the MCU, and if they die, it might, prevent a lot of things that are supposed to happen from happening.
yeah,
It's a good point. And then now they're arrested.
yeah,
I kind of feel bad for Mobius because he actually really does sound like he was betrayed by like a friend,
yeah, yeah.
which I think they had really good chemistry the first few episodes.
No, here even
So,
though it's
yeah,
he's salty, but he's
he
got
is
good
salty.
chemistry,
Yeah, so he's just like, oh, like I thought we were friends. Like, what the heck? And then the time loop with
which I called.
Swift.
I called this last week.
You did say, but it wasn't used as important as you thought it was gonna
Well,
be.
I
I
mean,
thought they were gonna put the Lokis through the time loop, like they wouldn't remember like the Good Place, the second season.
no, I think I said it that he would remember each time, like in Groundhog's Day,
But it was
but it
like
was
a
like a minute
one little
time loop
scene.
that like
Yeah.
he didn't have a chance to like change anything, and he seems like I don't know if they counted how many times he's done it, but we get the cameo of Sif, which is cool. I
I
mean,
think that was the reason for the
it's
time
nice.
move, just her
It's cool to see
cameo.
her. I mean, I don't think she's anything.
She's not that important, right, to the story?
No, no. I mean,
They got her
she's
because she
big
was
in
free.
comics, maybe. She's actually not free. Supposedly, she's been on. She's got her own
Well,
show
she's in
since.
Blind Spot, I think.
Yeah, that's the show.
Mm-hmm. That's true. She's probably not free. That's a good point.
Yeah, I think that's why she probably wasn't in Avengers or the third
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Not even in like a little scene, which they usually
Yeah,
have like the secondary
I mean, she
cast
was
do.
in Agents of Shield actually. She was an early
What?
cameo. Yeah,
Yeah, she's like a big TV actress, actually. I saw her in the show called Kyle XY. I don't know if you remember that show, but
no.
she was from that, and I remember seeing her in that. She was a pretty big role in that.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to see her again, but really was essentially like a. She said the same line each time. I
Yeah,
wonder how
I
long
was
it took
like,
to film that.
yeah, I was actually thinking that I was rewatching. I was just like,
It is
well,
different
Loki
every
is
time.
saying different things, but she's not. So they must have just filmed her once, right?
No,
Except
I mean
the
she
different
moved around differently.
variations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
just they're
different
different takes. They
variations.
just use them all.
No, that was cool. I like that. She did a nice little cameo. I wish it was
No, but
I got excited. I was like, maybe they'll have like another scene where him and Thor were fighting,
yeah, yeah.
but they didn't because
And
Chris
then I like
Hemsworth is
that.
busy.
I don't like that, but he was breaking down. Like you'd see that like this was torture. Like it got to him. Like it actually was a torture for
Yeah,
him. Like mentally breaking him down.
yeah. He says, right. He's like, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah,
So that I think that was a little good thing to see. Like,
needed thing for
because
him for his mental state.
right. I can't really square off this Loki with like the Loki we've seen through Avengers. Just because like there's certain like he said before, right? He's like, I've died. I can't count how many times I've died. And then
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, so he remembers that he's died plenty of times, right? If this is the Avenger Loki, he wouldn't have died this many times, but that's because Mobius showed it to him, right? But then all of the things that he learned throughout his journey through all the Avengers
hmm
is not really with him because they're like, oh, he's still like a selfish, which I guess he is in the Avengers too, but like he literally died to save everybody, right? In Avengers, like that was
Thanos. I mean,
Thanos kills him.
well, I mean, he's trying to betray Thanos himself, and he
Yeah,
kind of plays himself. But
yeah,
like
that's true. But
he
I feel
sees
like
that
he
like
does it for the
I
Avengers,
mean, I
right?
think
Like,
he was doing it to save Thor more than
right,
anything.
right, his brother, right? So
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then
I
they don't like each other, but they get along enough to
I mean, it's his brother at the end of the day, right?
yeah, they
Yeah.
like in Ragnarok they fight, but like they get along enough to like
Yeah,
survive at least.
it's more of like an annoying brother relationship rather than
Hmm.
like a like venomous relationship towards each other,
Yeah,
right?
I mean
They're
that's
not
all they got now. Their parents are both
villains.
dead, so
They're each other's family, whether
yeah.
they like it or not. So that, and I think that comes into the theme of this episode, right?
Hmm.
Um, just that like they now Loki really is alone. He doesn't really have his family. Thor is off doing his own thing, right?
Yeah,
And Thor thinks he's dead. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
another thing. So he has nobody, and I guess that's why he's trying to make a connection with Sylvie.
yeah. And that brings us to what did you think about Mobius calling him out? He's simping for
Oh
himself.
yeah, good job, Mobius. I do not like this. I'm sorry. Do you
I
like the
enjoyed it.
fact that
I mean I didn't enjoy it, but I said it last week that they're setting this up.
it's so weird? I'm like, I see them more as like twins with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, twins. Yeah,
Like
that's what I
that's how
said.
I perceive this relationship, and now they're like trying to add like a romantic aspect to it, and I'm just like, ew.
I like the way that he words it. He's like, "There's such a narcissist that the
the
only person you could
the
fall in love with
cosmic
is yourself."
yeah. What a
And
cosmic narcissistic event. Or he's the way he said it was just so freaking
yes, it's
cool.
very
It
good
just sounded
wording.
like a bird. It was so good. But I was just like, I'm with him. This is so weird. But hey, they're not hurting anyone, I guess, so it's fine.
I mean, if it's the next event, if they touch, I guess they can't do anything.
Right, but it didn't look like Sylvie was really into that. She was like, because he was like trying to like tell her towards the end of this episode that, hey, dude, like, I think I got feelings for you at Lamentus, or maybe he was trying to explain, like, I think like us meeting is an excess event or something like that.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't understand
Yeah, but
completely.
she
And
did
it's
not
like if
care.
he
She was just
tells
like,
her
whatever.
like I'm here, I care for you, and it's like, does that matter to her?
It didn't look like it did, to be
No, it did
honest with
not.
you. It was
No, but
really
that's good. And
strange.
then Mobius is he tries to convince Mobius that people, I guess, have past lives and the variants are
Yeah,
real
that was a
people.
big thing, right?
And he didn't believe it. And I guess the second time it broke, I guess there was a first conversation, and then the second conversation he breaks through with Loki,
Yeah.
and Mobius he steals her temp pad, and I was like, for a second, I was like, what is he doing stealing it? Is he gonna go to see those like documents about the end of time and beginning of time?
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was going,
Right.
right? That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't
thought he was
expecting
gonna.
him to see a video of like her getting killed or like her saying that like she had a past life and it
Yeah.
felt so real.
Yeah. I didn't think so. I didn't think he was going for a particular reason. Like you had like a thing set in mind. I just knew that whatever he was gonna find
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be enough for him to
Convincing.
trust Loki. Yeah. So I was just like, it might be something with C20. It might just be
Mm-hmm.
something with her and the timekeepers.
Yeah.
Not really. Didn't have any big like idea of what it was going to be, but I knew it was going to be in the realm of something like that. So it was
Yeah.
good. I think it was good for him to see like, but then I was just like, C20 could still be under like Sylvie's spell. Like let's say
Mm-hmm.
Sylvie's evil. I was like, I would that wouldn't be enough to convince me because I'd just be like, oh well, whatever. Sylvie probably just has everybody fooled.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what
Um,
he's thinking.
yeah, but
That's what he's
I think what was good that set up was the fact that what was her name again? Raven?
Ravona. You can just call
Ravona.
her Raven.
Yeah, I was just calling her Raven. Alright, that works too. But it was like in the beginning of the episode, he is trying to get permission to do his job, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sees a path through C20 through Sylvie to understand what's going on, and the fact that she's kind of stopping him. And it doesn't look like that's their relationship, right? It seems like they're actually friends, right? They have a connection. At
Mm-hmm.
one point, I thought they were like with each other because the
Yeah.
way they were talking, it
Mm-hmm.
sounded like, they kind of said, oh, our friendship. But I was like, this has more chemistry than Sylvie and Loki. I was really feeling this. And I think they
Yeah.
didn't want to lean too much into it because she does eventually end up killing Mobius,
Yeah.
quote unquote, right? I guess. I don't know what the heck happened to him, but he's not there anymore for the rest of the
Yeah.
episode. Um, So I think they just wanted to keep it in the friendship realm, but like I don't know, that was kind of weird. I felt like they kind of didn't explain their relationship too well. It was very ambiguous. So that's
Yeah,
what when she killed him, like I guess the impact was that like they were friends and she killed him. But I was like, I didn't feel that
I
because
think she
it
regrets
didn't.
that. I think she
I
regrets
think
that.
I
She didn't
think so
want to do it.
too, but I don't think enough for it to like make a damn difference, you know.
No,
But I
not at
guess
all.
we'll see more in the next episode because she's still alive, right?
Yeah, so she survives.
She survives. They're just kind of fighting at the end of this
Hmm.
episode, Sylvie and her. So weird. Oh,
Then
really weird.
there's Hunter B-15. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we mentioned
She's a big
Mobius.
one.
Mobius is trying to go into the room with Sylvie, and she's
Yeah.
preventing him.
Right.
But Hunter B-15 is kind of just like, I'm gonna go in anyway. I'm in charge. Is she in
Yeah.
charge? I don't know.
I don't know. She seemed like a boss lady to me. She was just like,
Cause,
move aside.
cause like, I mean, I don't know if they're doing just the naming means anything or lettering means anything. Cause Ravona has a something.
Mm.
She has a number on her shirt too. It's like 847 or 823 or
Mm.
something.
This is Mobius?
I don't know what Mobius's number is, but Ravona has a number on her shirt, and people are
Right.
like, that's a reference to her appearance in the comic, because they do references like that all the time.
Okay. All right.
Um, no, but yeah, she goes in and then she kind of just gets gets frees Sylvie and is like, tell me everything.
Yeah, she
And it
remember.
was like,
I
I think
thought.
the scene was really powerful. Like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
great scene for that actress
Mm-hmm.
because she just seems like a brute, kind of like the first two episodes. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just doing my job. Don't
She's like
fuck
a
with me.
company man, right? She
Yeah.
does what she's told.
And this one, it's like she's like, I was happy here,
Mm-hmm.
and I
It just
thought that
yeah,
was
I
really
like
great.
that. She
And
just
it's like,
simply said I looked happy, right? Which is very powerful when you think about it, right? If
mm-hmm,
you have really no feelings and you just do your work, but then you see this other life where you see that you could have been this whole other person and
mm-hmm.
you enjoyed it and you were happy, like she said. Yeah, I think that and I was really hoping they showed us like flashes of her life, but I think because she's really I hate to say it, but she's really not that like important to the story.
Yeah, I think they may have thought of maybe filming something, and then
Mm-hmm.
kind of got cut just because like that
Time.
moment enough. I think there was enough because
Mm-hmm.
we don't really know anything else about her, and
Mm-hmm.
she's unimportant. She dies at the
No.
end of this episode as well.
Right, right. So she was
So
literally just a catalyst for bigger things to
yeah,
happen, but it was enough to kind of buy into the fact that she
hmm,
frees the Lokis, right?
yeah, and it's like she set up that like, I don't know if she set this up, but like she frees the two Lokis once they're upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So she saves. She kind of
She
saves the
saves the
day.
day. Yeah,
She saves the
she
day.
does. I mean, if they didn't have her,
Hmm.
it wouldn't have worked. I think they wouldn't have found out, stuff about the timekeepers, which we'll talk about later too. But I do want to go back to Mobius's death.
I think yeah,
Um,
I mean we're almost there. I mean I think yeah, Mobius goes back to I guess
Loki's torture time loop
Loki's
chamber.
yeah time loop after he watches the video on her tempad or iPad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
iPad.
I think he's trying to convince. He's pretty much convinced.
Yeah, he's there.
He's skeptical, but he's like, all right, there's something else out there, and maybe I am all about this jet ski life.
Oh, I know. I like when he said that. He's like, I don't know who I am or what I am, but when I get there, I'm just gonna go jet skiing. I was like, you do that, Mobius. I hope that's where he is.
I don't think he's there yet. I think
We'll
he
get
will be
there at the end
at
of
the
the
end.
yeah. So
Um,
clearly, we think he's coming back.
but I mean, as a person who's like, if I was Mobius, we would have
Mm,
zipped out of there the second. Like, we wouldn't have zipped back to the TVA. We would have zipped somewhere else
yeah, yeah.
because, like, she literally is right there, and it's like
Why
I would have
didn't?
just reversed back into wherever we were. She would have known where we were, where we
Yeah.
were. Some time loop with
Well,
in
maybe like
Asgard.
he wanted to keep like fooling her, right? Because he does like try to pretend like, oh,
I want to
sorry, I
return. I want to
accidentally
return
took
the
you.
temp pad.
Yeah,
Come
he's like, oh,
on,
I didn't
he's a
even
bad thief.
notice it.
The bad thief.
And then she's like, prune him. And I was like, well, this biznatch. It's like, is she kidding me? she's got no loyalty, no loyalty. Well, except to the timekeepers, which I don't understand if she knows what's going on or if she's aware of who the actual
She knows
timekeepers
more
were.
than it
The
seems.
rest.
Yeah.
Do you think she knows that the timekeepers are fake?
I think she knows that there's more to it, and then
Mm-hmm.
I think these other hunters and stuff have been upstairs. I don't think Mobius has ever been upstairs,
Mm-mm.
up the
This is the first
elevator.
time like when they like are talking. She tells him that they want to meet him,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he's like, "Wow, really?" And this apparently is a big career case because when he's trying to get more information
Hmm.
out of her, she's saying all these things to him to convince him that like you've been working so hard for this, like this is a big deal. But he's just not buying into whatever she was selling.
Yeah, so they go upstairs and 100B50 frees them, and it
Mm-hmm.
kind of just they start a fight scene, and it's watching it again. I'm like, this is so bad.
I know. I was like, Loki
The
is
fight
just in the ether somewhere. We're mainly watching Sylvie, which I have to say,
they switch the camera a bit.
they very little, and he did not have that interesting of a fight because he's not fighting people we know. He's fighting like the goons, the
Yeah,
side
it's not
people
good.
that have
Yeah,
no
it's like
names, the
no.
extras.
Yeah.
Sylvie really, I feel like Loki is more her than him in this show. Like
I think
they're
they're trying to
switching that
tell you
up.
that there's going to be a season 2 starring the Sylvie.
Her, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I liked her more this episode, I will say. Like she had more of a personality that was shining through rather than last episode.
Yeah.
She's still not super like interesting. I think if they like keep going more into like her backstory and her origin. Because
Yeah.
right now we're getting tidbits. I might get there, but I don't know. I like this
I think
Loki.
it's
I'm watching
cuz
this show for
I think
him,
it's
and
cuz we're seeing her just through flashbacks.
mm-hmm,
Well, we also didn't see we saw flashbacks as her as a kid. We didn't see even her
mm-hmm,
own flashbacks. So,
mm-hmm.
we haven't really seen her do anything.
True, and I think maybe the
It's
next
like
episode will all be her. That's my guess.
well,
I
I think
think
it's going
they're
to be
gonna
split
do like a
50-50.
they're gonna do like a flashback like consistently throughout the episode. Do you think?
I think it's like she's going to tell Ravonna, "Tell me what we're doing."
Right.
But I think that might be the later half, and the first half will
Mm.
just be Loki wherever this new place he's at.
Oh, that's true. That's a big thing too. The end credit scene.
Yeah, so no,
Um,
I think fight scenes in this show really bad, not
not
terrible, but
interesting.
just yeah, not interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like
Agreed.
it's crazy because I did see a video on YouTube recently, and it was like how powerful Loki actually is, and it was like
No, he's
it
not
goes through
using
the
any of that.
comics of like Loki's like stronger than Thor,
Right.
like most times, like
Yeah.
he's like in brute strength, he's stronger than Thor, and all
Why
these
does he
powers he
always have to
has.
play get help then?
I
Yo,
mean, I
they
guess in the
play
show they
Loki
just
so dirty in
in the
Thor
movies,
Ragnarok. No. Yeah,
all
Thor,
them,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, all of them. Oh, that sucks. All right, so I think we're winding down now towards the big couple of things that happen to the end of the episode. So the bad fight scene happens, and Loki rips apart the head of one of the timekeepers, or Sylvie
Sylvie
does.
throws her
Sylvie,
sword.
rather. Right. So they then figure out that it's not, Loki figures out that it's not real. Um, and it's just androids, and now they're again stuck.
Hmm.
Don't know what's happening. Loki's trying to confess his feelings, which I'm just gonna gloss over because it's still kind of weird to me. Unless they like change something about that, if they're just like like they're kind of soulmates, but not like that, or I don't know. It's just
They're the same
weird.
soul.
Yeah, like that, right? I just find it really weird that they're trying to put like a romantic aspect to this, but I don't know if they go there, they
I
go
didn't think
there.
Disney would get there.
I know it's kind of incest. A
I
little
guess
bit,
Star Wars is
slightly.
all about that too. So
Oh God! So Disney was already there. We just didn't notice. Yeah, and then he's trying to confess, and then he dies. He gets pruned. He's no longer there. He
yeah,
was
yeah,
there, and
I
then
kind of
he
like
wasn't
watching the
there.
fight scene, and I was like, they didn't actually pin down Ravonna or anything. And it's like
No,
clearly she's gonna come back and stab
no,
to
because
hurt
I think
somebody.
it ended with them two like just staring at each other
Yeah,
after she kills
yeah,
Loki, and then like ready to fight each other. And she's like, "This
yeah.
time I'm gonna finish it," or something like that, right? What did she say? Or was that in the
I
beginning
don't know
of
what
the
she said.
episode? I don't remember. But like there's no conclusion that was like satisfying at that point. Because then the credits start rolling and we're like, okay, Loki's gone, Mobius is gone. So already at that point, I knew that they're both coming back. Um, and
Yeah, I mean,
then
but what did you think of that they were fake? Did you like that or no?
yeah, that was really cool. I think one after the other, Mobius dies. You find out the timekeepers are fake, and then Loki goes. All those three things. Oh, and then the B-15 coming to like rescue
Hmm.
them. All those things they happen within like the last few minutes of the show.
Yeah, the last five,
So
7 minutes.
all of that was action packed. It's like one twist after the other. It was really, really entertaining to watch the way they packaged that. It was awesome. Like I think that's why they didn't really work on the fight, to be honest with you, because there
Yeah, true.
was like the pacing of what was happening was a lot more important. It was freaking awesome. I jumped out of my
Atmosphere of
seat
the
a
room
couple
is
of
cool
times.
too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it looks nothing like where they're at.
Mhm.
Because the orange brown kind of 70s vibe, and up here is
Mhm.
like some futuristic like
Mhm.
space room.
Right. But I did think as soon as I watched that timekeeper scene, I instantaneously took me back to like the Wizard of Oz.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, like someone else is behind the curtain, and yeah, you have your theories, which I think are great.
yeah. I mean, that's
It's kind of leaning towards that, isn't
something.
it?
What did you think about the guy with the mustache? The
Look at.
timekeeper, the one on the left. Is he not
You.
the Lorax?
I thought it was good, like important to the story. You just wanted to make a joke. I did not pay attention, but I
He
will
has the
go
big
back and
mustache.
watch
Yeah,
this now.
he's not orange, but yeah, it's funny.
Is that what the internet is making fun of?
Yeah, I saw somebody do a comparison. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
like I get
the
it, I
green.
get it.
No, I mean, yeah, everyone in the world's been thinking this since like early on that this is going to be Kang is the real controller
Yeah.
of the TVA, and he has a mind control on Ravonna
Mm-hmm.
because he's in love with Ravonna, so he has a spell on her to do
Mm.
his
Who
bidding.
is this? What did you say?
Ravonna Renslayer,
No, no, no. The
Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, King. I heard Hangis. I'm like, who the heck is Hangis? What is his new name?
He did work with Genghis Khan at one point.
There's a guy named Hangis. That was a
No, Genghis
total.
Khan,
Oh, Hangis. Oh God, they're bringing real people from history in this now.
of course. No, I don't know much about Kang, but I know he's a time traveling villain.
Okay.
And it's been suspect. I mean, he's been casted in Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's seems like he's set up for like the Phase 4 main villain, like he's the Thanos of now.
Mm-hmm.
So this could just be the teaser of like, all right, we're just gonna fix. I don't know. I mean, maybe the show ends with just them fucking up everything, like
Maybe
the
and the
time,
start of
the
every. Yeah,
multiverse
I
breaking
just
up.
honestly I don't want to predict too much about what's gonna happen because we were slightly disappointed with WandaVision, right? Because the story
Yeah.
itself had nothing to do with anything else. There's a little bit tidbits and end credit scenes that yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah.
Story itself really had nothing to do with anything else. They might bring it back as a low key like factoid in one of the movies, but other than that, it was
Yeah.
a
I'm
one off.
I'm interested to
Same
see
with
how
Falcon.
much these shows really like compared to the movies are like,
Mm-hmm.
because we've seen with Agents of the Shield that show meant nothing, and this is like not like Shield or Agent Carter where they were really just like network produced shows that were less on the side.
Mm-hmm.
This is like Kevin
Within
Feige's
the
working on
universe.
both,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep. The
and they're
same people.
same actors,
Mm-hmm.
cameos from big people, big actors. They're being paid like
Mm-hmm.
the big
Decent
money to
amount.
make this,
Yeah.
so I think they're gonna have consequences. I mean, would you want the multiverse to break on a TV show
No.
6 episodes in, and then like reference it in a movie later? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's not really that big of a deal and it's gonna like filter into everything else, I guess it depends on how they do it. To be honest with you, It really depends on how
I
they do
feel
it.
like
They really
they
messed up
won't.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That end just kind of fell flat. So
But he's getting his own movie.
I guess, but I mean, were we really? I think that was so far the least favorite show of
Yeah, I mean of the three,
any
it's
of
the
them so
lower.
far. Loki's not done yet, but so far I've liked Loki more than Falcon. Even the better episodes of Falcon aren't that great. Besides the um Zumo episode, so
I mean, we enjoyed most of it except for like the last two, maybe.
the last two or three, I think, is when it started slowing
Yeah, maybe
down.
after
Yeah.
Madripoor.
Yeah, after Madripoor, it was just downhill. That was the like the top tier
I
episode.
think maybe like it was a similar thing where that one had like a one kind of filler episode, nothing happened.
Same here.
And then same thing happened here. Wanda didn't
Mhm.
really have that because they're shorter.
I mean, the first two episodes really were filler when you think about it. Nothing happened pertaining to the story.
No, not really. I guess they were
Yeah.
just kind of just having fun with the sitcom.
Which I enjoyed, but that's a good filler, right? Like
Yeah.
the filler in Loki and filler in Falcon and the Winter Soldier were kind of related to this story, but
Hmm.
not interesting enough.
It's just shocking that we're getting filler in something that's limited
It's six
series.
episodes,
Yeah.
right? I just don't know why, but listen,
It's just
they gotta,
writing. I don't know.
yeah, they gotta do what they gotta do. All right, so Loki's dead, Mobius is dead, Sylvie and Raven are, I guess, gonna fight in the next episode or the episode after. And then we think that's it, right? Which we mentioned before. We were talking, we were like, we would have liked to kind of have Loki being dead, like
Be
not
the finale.
right, like that should have been it. But then,
That would have been.
but thinking it through, really, like Loki's died so many times that we knew he was gonna come back. So I guess I'm okay with the end credit scene, right?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
it opens up more
I compare
questions.
this. You haven't seen Game of Thrones, but this compares. I compare this directly to like a Game of Thrones episode of
Mm-hmm.
Robb Stark just died,
Yeah,
and it's like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen next week?
yeah, yeah,
Jon Snow just died. What the fuck is just gonna happen? I mean, I guess it's Game of Thrones just ends with somebody dies in a major way, and it's like a
right.
major character. And this is like Loki's the main character. He just died. What happens next?
Yeah. Well, Loki comes back because that's what he
Yeah, I mean,
does.
it's Marvel, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I guess it's kind of haha funny that he like this is probably the shortest amount we've seen him dead, right? Like it was literally like a 2 minute credit scene, one beautiful song at the end of Loki, and then you okay, he's alive, which is kind of that was funny.
yeah, I did like that he says like he's like, is this hell? And like the
Nah.
caption, it's like it's hell with one L, because like in the Norse gods, you go to the realm that is hell,
Oh,
Helheim,
that's pretty interesting. I did not notice that.
and then he sees the other four Loki. There are three Lokis. I don't know if the crocodile is actually Loki.
Crocky does not count.
Croaky.
Okay.
I put that there.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, what is that? And then I was like, oh, it's that. I didn't even notice the alligator or the crocodile.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, until I got on the internet. I was like, oh, okay, that's Loki too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's old Loki in the original costume.
hmm
There's Kid Loki, which
He
is
looks like he could f shit up.
Kid Loki.
Yeah, he was the one
And he was
doing most
holding
of
the
the talking,
crocodile.
right?
I mean, there's only no. The old man says the four
Oh, the
lines
old man
out.
said, okay, okay.
Then
Thought it was
boastful
Kid.
Loki, which I don't know where people are getting that from. Maybe from the captions.
Mm,
That was the black one. He is from Game of
hmm
Thrones. He's like a security guard in the most boring,
Character.
like prison, one of the prisons, and like the one of the boring episodes.
hmm
I
hmm
mean, it's good he got work. But he's holding like a hammer
Oh, really?
kind
I
of
didn't
thing.
notice that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Thor's Mjolnir, but like it's made of a wrench.
Ooh,
It's
so maybe
interesting. It's like,
he's
what is that?
Thor in that time in his
I mean,
timeline.
maybe, yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
it's interesting. And then the crocodile thing's interesting because like there's like a whole series, or out of a series, just maybe one or two things about Frog Loki or Frog
Oh,
Thor.
lordy lord.
Thor. Frog Thor is a thing apparently,
Oh
and they
God.
reference it in Ragnarok. Apparently,
How
I
is
didn't
that
remember this.
interesting to people who read? I don't know. I can't get into comic books.
I
I
mean,
only
it's
like the
also like
MCU.
when you watch Into the Spider-Verse, there's the pig spider, spider pig, spider ham.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
But
there
that
could
was
be
just
like a
done well.
whole like
Thing.
universe of superhero animals.
Oh, could
So
be. Yeah, I
like
guess that's
crocodile
okay.
Loki,
Frog
frog
Thor.
Thor.
So
I
they're
mean,
brothers, but they're not the same species.
adopted.
Adopted, I guess that counts.
No, I mean
Alright.
it's they'll do something fun with that. I mean, this is clearly a reference to Spider Verse and then reference
Mhm.
to Avengers.
Mhm.
Like they're standing in New York City somewhere destroyed. It seems like a destroyed Avengers Tower.
Right.
I mean, who knows what they're doing here?
Yeah, I think we'll know more next episode. I just had one question to end us off. How do you think Mobius is gonna come back? You think he's just gonna like fly in with a jet ski? How do we think that's happening?
I think that's the finale. I
Okay.
think,
I think there's gonna be not a filler episode, but an episode that's gonna be more of a setup for the finale next.
yeah,
So not
definitely.
everyone's gonna be there. So I'm either predicting no Sylvie in the next episode or no Loki in the next episode. That's my
I say
prediction.
no Mobius. We're not getting him till the end.
Not the end, yeah. Like
I
kind of
think we're
like
get both Loki. We're gonna probably see like where Loki is in New York.
mm-hmm,
What's going on here? What is this place? I think Loki is on another timeline, another time stream, completely 100% different,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
or it's
Another
like a dead end timeline.
apocalypse.
Like
Hiding
the
in
other,
another
I think it's
apocalypse.
just like a dead end timeline where like the
Okay.
Nexus event is about to happen and they have to change something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Maybe one of them has a temp pad or has an idea of where to find a temp pad. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing is Mobius maybe doesn't come back, and they put extra scenes of him in the trailer just to fool with you. And the only reason Loki survived is because him and Lady Loki or Sylvie had their Nexus event, and that kind of protected him in some way.
It's possible.
Is that
Yeah.
far fetched? That sounds far fetched. Never mind.
I mean, anything is possible with time travel,
That's so true, which is why I hate it and
time
love it at the
loops,
same time.
time
Time
travel.
loops.
I mean,
Yeah.
if Loki ends up in this world with other Lokis, wouldn't this end up in other Mobius with other Mobiuses?
Well, Mobius is not that important, so maybe not. Well, we don't know how important he is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what his past life was like,
True. Well, he loved to jet ski. We know that.
so maybe we'll see
Typical
that.
white man. I'm kidding. Yeah,
The
maybe we'll see
real
that.
DJ Khaled. That'd be funny if
Yeah.
you see him hanging out with DJ Khaled jet skiing.
DJ. Why is he jet ski?
Yes, he loves jet skiing. He
Okay.
posts videos every day of him jet skiing in his backyard.
Perhaps that's what
Perhaps.
rich people do. All right, so I'm excited for the next two episodes. I think this show has the potential of being the best MCU show so far, and I'm
Yeah.
excited.
No, yeah, I'm excited. This week the episode comes out Wednesday, and
It's already
then
Monday.
Thursday we got Black Widow.
Oh yeah, so excited for that. We will probably do like a quick review.
Review.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go too into it. We'll just say whether you should see it or not, which most likely is gonna be a yes.
Yeah,
Let's be
of
real.
course.
If nothing, just to go to a theater and experience a movie. Um, yeah, we're excited. We're really excited. It's gonna be a late night show. So it's gonna be
Yeah, we're seeing it
interesting.
late at 10. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we
have some
both have
coffee at
work the
like
next day.
6.
Yeah, me and you are napping. Actually, no, I might be okay because I stay up till like 1:30 most of the time. So
No, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming this is gonna be 2 hours at least.
yeah.
I haven't looked at anything. I saw some reviews and it says it's mostly positive. Like
Okay.
it's average Marvel movie.
All right.
Which I mean, you can't trust reviews if you're honestly.
Bias. Lots of bias
Yeah.
reviews. But yeah, I mean, I
Well,
guess ours will be
got some
biased too because
breaking
we like
Marvel
MCU.
news
Okay,
today.
what? What?
Hugh Jackman
Are you seen filming?
has posted a picture of him and Kevin Feige today, just randomly.
Okay, all right.
At first, he put a picture up of the Wolverine claws.
Uh,
Then a few hours later, he put up a picture with Kevin Feige,
uh,
just casually out of nowhere
uh,
today. And
uh.
they're like, it seems like he's showing up in Doctor
I
Strange
think he's gonna show up. You
or
think it's
Spider
gonna be a
Man.
big cameo or a small one? I hope it's like not a funny haha cameo. I hope it's like a legit
Maybe it's in
storyline
Deadpool
cameo.
3.
Oh, that's gotta happen. Like, come on, that's gotta happen. How would that not happen? If that doesn't happen, it's like I got disappointed when, um, what's his name, Martin Friedman and
Benedict
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch didn't have any scenes together in Endgame, and they no one said like Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch didn't say no shit Sherlock to each other. Those two things were like literally like you didn't even have to work hard for it. You should have just put that in there, and everybody would have roared with laughter.
On your bingo card for the movie before you see it, things we got to see.
Exactly, but unfortunately, it was a missed opportunity, and hopefully, they don't ruin this by just putting it. If they put him in Deadpool, obviously, it's going to be a haha funny moment, but that's going to be satisfying because they've been setting that up since the first movie.
Yeah.
But if he's in Spider Man or if he's in any of the other movies, Doctor Strange, anything to do with the timelines,
Yeah.
that could potentially be a big deal for the world. So I hope they don't ruin that.
No, I mean, people loved him. I think he made comic book movies like a thing. Like,
Oh,
he's a major part of
he's the
like
reason
making
why
it.
it works, I think.
I mean,
Right?
I think Iron Man is the reason it worked.
It
I
is,
don't think it
yes. But
worked.
Hugh Jackman probably gave them
He's
ideas
definitely a big,
because,
like,
right.
important
I
factor in
mean,
it.
Wolverine was like a big deal, like in
I mean,
X
X Men,
Men.
the original X Men,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was he was the rising star of that franchise.
Yeah, and
I
Logan,
think
he
so.
killed it. You haven't seen Logan,
I
but man,
haven't
that's a
seen
top
it yet.
tier. That's a
I kind
top
of
tier
know the
movie.
ending, so I should
Well,
still
yeah,
watch
he
it though, right?
dies.
You spoiled it for people who might have not seen it.
Everyone has seen Logan except you. They all
Spoiler alert.
die. Everyone dies in that movie. It sucks. There's no sequel. It was
Well,
a
yeah,
perfect setup. It was
it's
a
his
perfect
last one.
setup for a sequel. I mean, I guess for the kid, not really
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I
But
guess they need to let the kid grow up first, maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's babysitting a little girl the whole
Okay.
movie,
All right.
and she's
Um.
Wolverine, so
All right.
Wolverine Junior.
Okay. I guess she's gonna take over. His like Peter
I don't
Parker
think so.
is Iron Man.
He's Miles Morales to Peter Parker.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
No, I don't think it's happening. I think they're done
It's
with it.
nothing like that. That's it. It's done. They
Yeah,
kill
it's
the kid.
over.
Everyone's just dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they killed all the other 23 kids.
Oh,
I
brother.
gotta watch that movie again. I don't know what happened.
All right. Maybe we'll rewatch it for the review.
Maybe it's a really good one.
Okay. All right. I'm down. I'll
But
watch it.
I don't know if it's gonna actually. I don't know if he's just teasing just to tease because it's such a random
Maybe
thing to
he's
post
doing
that.
another project with Kevin Feige. I'm sure Kevin Feige's involved in other stuff. He's
No, Kevin Feige's doing Marvel till he dies, and then he's gonna do
I
one Star
see.
Wars movie just to say I
I
made a
did
better
it
Star
both.
Wars movie than everybody else.
Okay. I see. I see.
Yeah,
He probably could pull it
he's
off.
definitely gonna get there and be like, I
He
get
could pull it off.
John Favreau did it. He's like, I made Iron Man, and I
And
made
I did
Mandalorian,
Mandarin. They were both good, so
and I made Chef.
you
So
go happy.
triple threat.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all I had to say for this episode.
Yeah, no, great. I loved it. Can't wait
Yeah.
to see more.
Can't wait to see more. Yeah. We'll talk to you guys next week.
All right. Bye.